Hi, my name is Randall Douglas from Ingenuity Business Development, and welcome to Powering and Protecting Your LinkedIn Profile. We're going to show you a real quick, easy way to protect your profile from security point of view, and we're also going to show you a quick overview of how you can use your profile to make your business work for you. So, this is what a basic profile looks like. Firstly, on the left hand side, you'll see your profile picture as well as your cover picture. You can change these to whatever you want to do, but usually we try to advise you to make sure you have a very clean profile picture of yourself, as well as your cover page should or cover photo should show something that is really connected to your business, sends a quick message, something quick and easy for someone to see. Then over here in the middle, we have our feed. This is where we see stories and information from people that we follow or businesses that we follow, things of interest. They all show up right here in the middle. At the top, we have our menu where we have our home, our network, jobs if we're looking for jobs or if we're looking to get jobs, as well as messaging from people, notifications, and your settings. That little icon right here is your settings icon. On the right hand side, there's some suggestions of what you can add to your feed, people who you may follow or that you don't follow, but they have other people that they follow. It's going to show up here and things you can add. So let's take a closer look at your profile. So if you click on your photo at the top of the menu, you will see you can view your profile. We're going to come to that later. And we're also going to see settings and privacy. At the bottom, you can also manage pages or posts that you have created. So your posts will be things that you put up on LinkedIn, just as you would post to any social media network. And your pages are related to the company that you work for or that you own, or other companies that you're associated with that you've created or linked to. Let's delve into the settings and privacy first. So let's look at settings and privacy. So first of all, in settings, you have your basic information. This will be your name, any additional name, and a little headline which shows up on your profile. This is important because that's how people will know what you're about, and it's sort of like your quick 10-second elevator speech. What will you put as your headline? Delving straight into security, here we have our sign-in security. That's lower down on your settings page on your left. And your two-factor authentication. If you don't have this switched on, you need to switch it on right away. It's extremely important. This is how you can protect yourself from hackers or people trying to gain access to your account. In addition to which, there are two different ways you can actually create your two-factor authentication. And you can change that right here. First of all, you can have an authenticator app. That's an app you would download to your cell phone, whether it's iOS or Android, and that will give you a special code every time you want to log into your LinkedIn profile. So if someone somehow guesses your password or steals your password, they still have to have access to the authenticator app on your phone, which they probably will not have. So that's something that you want to enable. You can also do it using your phone number, which will send an SMS message with a code to your phone number that you add. That phone number, again, should only be controlled by you, and unless someone has compromised both of your systems, you should be pretty safe in protecting yourself this way. Let's look at visibility really quickly. This basically tells people or makes certain classes of people know what you've posted. So for example, when people view your profile, they will see your name and your headline. They can also see your private profile characteristics, or they can just see private mode. Private mode means that they won't see anything at all, just see a name. Private profile characteristics show a bit less information than what is here. And your name and your headline is what you see here, my name and my headline. This is the default, and for most people who are in business and want to showcase themselves. So visibility, and you can set your profile viewing. So let's talk a little bit more about your visibility and profile network. You can set many different settings here. I won't go through them, but you can click on each one. It's pretty straightforward, and it lets people know exactly what you want to be seen as, or lets you control what people see you as. So you can edit your public profile, you can make sure who can see your page and who can't, and who you can see who you follow and who can't see who you follow. You can change all of these settings right here. Furthermore, you can also see the visibility of your LinkedIn activity. So this is where you click or interact with different posts in your feed. So you see a post, you like it, you can actually control who sees that you've liked something or who doesn't see it. So you can change all of those settings here. Finally, we have advertising data. Again, if you're very particular, you can control what advertising shows up to you, what advertising is shown by you in terms of the job that you do, your employer, the companies you follow, and also certain things like what area of the world you come from, what city, your age range, and so on. There are some things that LinkedIn tries to infer to give people maximum variety. Keep in mind, everything is searchable on LinkedIn, so you have to specifically tell LinkedIn what you do not want to be shown. And that happens in this settings area, in this both in data privacy and visibility, as well as in the advertising data sections. So let's take a look at your notifications that you receive. Again, this is an area, I won't go into details, but you can control what notifications you see. This is useful for knowing if someone has liked a post that you've created, if someone is messaging you. So it's a bit of a control feature to cut out the clutter, so there's not a lot of noise in terms of what you're doing and what you're seeing. So that way you can control just what gets through to you and what's important for your LinkedIn profile. So let's take a quick look at your profile. So first of all, you have your main profile. You'll see what's your status if you're open to work. You can add to your profile section, enhance your profile, add resources like PDFs and brochures and things like that. You can edit. It will also say what's suggested for you. So for example, if there's jobs available, you could draft a post for you. There's a lot of AI features now in LinkedIn, so you'll see that they would have already done things like they'll create a draft and of a post for you to actually put up, and you can edit it from there. And it'll also show you your analytics. Yeah, how many profile views you've had, what impressions you've had by posts you've done, and how many times you've appeared in search. So we also have the about page section, which tells you a bit about your business. Who you were, what are you offering. It tells you about your services, and you can edit here and add and take away services. It talks about your activity, what you've done recently, how many people are following you, and what you've commented on. And it also talks about your experiences in terms of your work experience, that you've been at this job for this long, and so on and so forth. And you can edit all of these and add and remove as you see fit. Furthermore, you can also add to your skills, which is an important area when in searches of LinkedIn. What skills do you have? What skills did you cover from your previous employment? Also gives you recommendations, meaning recommendations that people would have given to you, as in recommending you that you are excellent at X or excellent at Y. And also recommendations that you may have given to other people, so that you can find that in this section here. Just a quick note, to the right of your profile, you can see your public URL that you can actually copy and share. I'd advise you to copy this and put this in a location where you can easily access it, both in macOS and in Windows machines, and I think as well in Linux. If you are one of those enterprising Linux users, you can put shortcuts where you can actually put like a short word like LinkedIn or LinkedIn name, and it will actually paste this for you automatically. So that's how I have mine set up, but this is where you would find it in your LinkedIn profile. Finally, let's talk about creating a post. So if you clicked on creating a post, this is what you would see. First of all, at the top, you can click who you want to post to. You can post to anyone, or you can post to a specific person. You can type in this area here and say what you want to talk about. You also have emojis that you can click and add emojis. This is a popular thing to do. And we have some buttons down here. The first one, of course, is your picture. You can add an image to it. You can schedule a post, schedule an event. You can create a specific type of event using this one here, and you can add other things to your post. So I'll have a brief video coming up next where I'll guide you through it. And also there's a new AI button that shows up sometimes that it will do things for you and write posts for you. So let's take a look at the video now. So here we see you can see who you want to post to, anyone, connections only, or group. You could select a group, so a group that you follow, right? A group that you belong to, right? You could also control who comments, anyone, or only your connections, or no one. And if you have a brand partnership, you can say, okay, I am partnered with this brand, and it's a way of transparency that LinkedIn is very keen on making sure. So first, as I said, you can create emojis and add emojis to make your post pop. You can add media in terms of adding an image. You can create an event for a specific date and time, upload a little cover photo, say when the event is, when it's going to begin, when it's going to end, a description, and so on. You can also celebrate an occasion, a project launch, a work anniversary, a new position, a new educational milestone or certification. So for example, here you can add a photo, and there are many built-in nice photos that LinkedIn has. And then you can also add that you're hiring people, for example, hiring for one of the companies that you work with. You could create a poll, which can be very powerful in engaging people with your LinkedIn posts. You can also create a document, or add a document, I should say, to your LinkedIn profile. And you can find an expert. Let's say you want looking for someone to help you in a particular area. You can select a category, and then say, I'm looking for a person who will help me do X. And they give you some examples at the bottom of things you can write. You know, I'm building a new website, I need help, and I need help doing certain things. And powerfully, you can schedule your post for later. So you don't even have to send your post out now. You can schedule it later on, later time, and you can see what you've scheduled and so on. So very powerful stuff in terms of creating a post. This is a quick example of one of these static posts that you can create. So this was like celebrating a work anniversary. They put all of this in. I can edit it if I want to. And an important point here to note is the use of hashtags. This is very important in the whole search capability of LinkedIn. You will want to always add hashtags to your posts. They help things be found by people who are looking for them, and that can be very powerful in getting your post engagement up. You can edit the photo, change it, and you can add a lot of stuff, and you can edit and add a lot of stuff, as well as you can rewrite with AI. So LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, and these are easy ways to use it. Make sure you secure it first, and make sure that you also are thinking through what you want to post and how. And you can use various built-in tools on LinkedIn and make it work for you. So thanks for watching. Go and make your profile and post pop. And I hope this has been of good use to you. Thanks again, and take care.